Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
56 is mine. 56 is mine. I'm going to run you over.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Mooney. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when
he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Haskins. This is Jennings. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Once again with Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Sanders.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started.
Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
For the opening play, the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Touchdown! Alexander Madison, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bengals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Haskins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Haskins. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Haskins to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On play action, Haskins. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll run here with Akers. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Akers again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cam Akers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Point after here coming up. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Browns 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were...
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
At the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, zero. Mike's 49.
Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Haskins on 1st down. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action now. Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the clock reads 30 seconds to go, so really not a whole lot of time to speak of.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They give him a gain of 38.
That's good for the Bengals. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 49.
Here's Wilson.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Haskins on 3rd down. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Now it's Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Bengals 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Haskins out of the gun.
Pass caught by Ruggs, middle of the field. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action with Haskins.
And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. Third time. Picked up by Foyesade in the wicket. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Bengals on one play have taken the lead.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Haskins. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Haskins.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And he is going to have a Browns first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the...
And now here's another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And now the offense for the Bengals being called back out as they'll try to add on 2 more. Wilson going to throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 4. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by American.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Jay Tufele coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jordan Brooks charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On the counter now, it's Sanders. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They go play action now. Haskins. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On play action, Haskins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Second and 10.
Now Haskins to throw it. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Haskins will throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Wilson wants to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Browns are right back in this football game. Charles, a one-score game down to the end